Hi, my name is Tim Reed. I'm founder and president of Forever Trim and Health and Wellness Institute. First, I'd like to welcome you to our facility. My goal is to have a facility that can treat you from head to toe, have employees that can be proud of what they do, and we would like to welcome you to our facility and your journey to wellness with us. So I'd like to briefly describe the services that we provide: cosmetic surgery, nutrition, weight loss, massage, sports conditioning, personal training, physical therapy, skin care, the Zerona Lipo Laser, peels, laser skin rejuvenation, laser hair removal, body sculpting, and other services within the scope of health and wellness. Our most popular procedure is the Zerona Lipo Laser.
We all know losing those extra inches gets harder as we age, but you may not know there's a new non-invasive procedure that literally melts away the inches all while you lay in a comfy chair. It's new, it's safe, and it really works. But what is it? Take a look.
Arminda Carvajal is a typical busy mom who, despite exercising and watching what she ate, still couldn't lose that stubborn belly fat.
I hate to do exercise, and even though you do it, you don't see the results.
Most of us know when we diet, we lose it everywhere but in the areas we really want to lose it. With the Zerona, we can actually point the heads at the spots that we want to see reduction.
Tim is talking about a hot new procedure called the Zerona Lipo Laser that zaps away that stubborn fat with absolutely no recovery time.
You will see an immediate and permanent reduction in fat, very similar to if you did liposuction, but you're not actually, they're not actually inserting anything into the body. There's no anesthesia, there's no pain whatsoever. If you didn't see the light, you actually wouldn't know that you're having a treatment. It is that subtle.
Here's how it works. The technician positions what looks like a four-armed octopus over Arminda's target area. The Zerona swirls into action for a 40-minute massage, 20 on the front and 20 on the back. The only thing Arminda feels is a warm sensation.
The light is creating an enzyme in the body to become excited. That causes the fat cells to actually open up. The fat then leaks out. The body's lymphatic system is going to capture it, and it's going to go out through our normal waste channels.
Arminda will repeat the procedure 3 times a week for the next 2 weeks. She's hoping she's like most patients who lose up to 10 pounds and drop a noticeable 2 to 12 inches.
Basically, it's as permanent as the individual wants it to be. So yes, if you start to hang out at Burger King after you do your treatments on a regular basis, you can definitely gain it back, as you can with liposuction surgery.
Tim recommends with a proper diet and moderate exercise, the weight loss is forever. After 12 treatments, Arminda is excited with her results.
I love to get dressed and not see all those inches that I had before. I'm happy. I'm very happy, and also the way they treat you here, you want to come more and more.
Now, results vary by each individual, but if you're interested in a free consultation or you just want more information about the procedure, give the Forever Trim Body Sculpting Centers a call. Their number is 954-577-7772.
What if I told you this cutting-edge device could melt inches off your waist and keep them off for good? Well, today, I'll show you live on the air the miracle procedure to fight fat without undergoing the knife. Joining me is Dr. Jamie Heskett. She's performed this procedure on thousands of her New York City patients. Dr. Heskett, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, the device is called Zerona. Talk to me about how does it work? What fascinates you about it?
Well, I'm really excited to share this machine with you. It is the new frontier in fighting fat and getting rid of unwanted inches. So Zerona, actually what it does is a cold laser. It perforates the fat cell. When the fat cell is perforated, the contents of the fat cell leak out. They're taken into the circulation. It's either metabolized by exercise or by the liver, and the fat cell shrinks, and you shrink.
How many of you want to get your arms under here right now? Would you? A lot of you? All right. limit for 4, just informed consent. I'm going to show you with an animation what this actually does. We got some really cool footage, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how it might be used in your lives. Okay, so here's what happens. You got an animation that sort of brings this alive because it starts with the skin, but there's all the fat that you have, and the laser goes through that skin, and it hits the fat cells. Now let's actually see what really happens. Here are fat cells literally dissolve. You see this shrinking up, and as they become mush, they begin to spread out and dissolve. Now what really happens is individual cells get messages. Once they have that signal, your white blood cells see those little sticky things come in there, and they suck them up, and know what happens? The fat shrinks.
So what we love about this machine is, and this new technology, is what we call the Zerona trifecta. And that is non-invasive, it is completely painless, and most importantly, it does not destroy the fat cell. We know that the fat cell is important to the endocrine function of the body, and we also know that if you reduce or take away the fat cells from the body, then if you are to gain weight in the future, it's going to potentially go to an undesirable place.
Right.
So that's what makes this different than any other technology that has been available in the past or any procedure that you can do that's invasive.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Christina Siciliano, the director of the Physical Therapy Center here at Health and Wellness Institute for Physical Therapy. We offer physical therapy for all ages, pediatric to geriatric ages. In our physical therapy department, we offer all services. Do you wake up every day with a headache? Do you end your day with a backache or a neck ache? Well, we have the opportunity to help you here at our clinic. We will evaluate you and design special one-on-one routines for you, for your body. We can help you to alleviate those headaches and those back and neck aches. We also do physical therapy for car accidents, personal injury, slip and fall, workman's compensation, and we treat post-surgical patients. We accept most insurances, and we have a 21-day grace period where you can come in for physical therapy without a prescription. Not sure if you knew that, so come on in today and sign up to have an evaluation for any aches and pains that you may have, whether it's chronic or it's a new injury. We can get you evaluated today and treat you up to 21 days without you seeing a physician. We also have cash plans available for you here as well. Here at Health and Wellness Institute, we also offer a sports conditioning program. We design special programs just for you. You will have a one-on-one evaluation where we will measure all aspects of your flexibility, your muscle tone, and your strengths and weaknesses. We are here to design the best program that fits for you. So if you have injuries that you will need us to supervise while we're training you, there are licensed physical therapists here on staff at all times to monitor these programs. At Health and Wellness, we also offer another piece of equipment called the Vibratrim. The Vibratrim is used daily for 10 minutes at a time. Research shows that 10 minutes on the Vibratrim supply is equal to 45 minutes to 1 hour on a cardiovascular piece of equipment. If you are having an injury and you have difficulty walking or jogging outside because of these injuries, the Vibratrim is a great piece of equipment for you. If you have an injury and you're limited with walking and jogging outside or going to the gym for cardiovascular use, the Vibratrim is the machine for you. You can do 10 minutes on this machine with limited impact to your joints and muscles, and it will increase your endurance and your agility at the same time.
Hi, my name is Linda Potash, and I'm Center Director here at Forever Trim. It's my job as director to make sure that everyone is satisfied with our services. My career stems over 35 years in the field of weight loss and anti-aging. Our most popular service is the Zerona Lipo Laser, having done over 30,000 treatments. In addition, we offer medically supervised weight loss, plus a variety of other weight loss programs, including HCG. On a personal note, I did the Zerona 2 years ago and went from a tight size 12 to a size 8 and have kept it off ever since. We utilize a very sophisticated body analysis machine for all of our patients in order to develop a unique program for each individual. This machine allows us to analyze your lean body mass by each segment of your body. In addition, it analyzes water composition on a cellular level. With these tools, we can properly analyze your individual weight loss program. Here at Forever Trim, we also treat toenail fungus through the use of laser treatment. We have up to a 90% cure rate. It vaporizes the fungus going underneath the nail bed. No downtime, absolutely no pain.
At Health and Wellness Institute, we offer state-of-the-art laser hair removal. All of our technicians are nurse practitioners, and we utilize the Candela Gentle YAG laser. This laser is not a photo or light-based system, so the benefits and the results are significantly better. This is a very popular service which many of our customers utilize and can be done over a lunch break. We feel we are leaders in the industry and take several safety precautions to be sure that this is a safe and effective treatment. At Health and Wellness Institute, we try to utilize laser for a variety of different things, and one of the most unique areas that we use laser for is laser hair therapy or laser hair restoration. In other words, we use a low-level laser that helps to promote hair growth. It's very effective at stopping hair loss and thickening the hair that has thinned over the years. The most common method to treat hair loss is using minoxidil or the product called Rogaine. Over the past 8 years, as we've done these services with laser hair therapy, I've found very few individuals that have gotten any result from this type of medication. Conversely, with laser hair therapy, we've seen a very significant improvement in hair growth, especially in women. It's typical for women after menopause to begin to see a thinning of their hair. So over a series of years, even though they're not shedding a lot of hair, their hair becomes very thin and they start to notice a significant amount of hair loss in areas on the top of the scalp. What laser hair therapy does is it's a cool laser which increases blood circulation to the scalp. Also, it increases cell division. So follicles or hairs that are dormant, that are not growing, or thin hair will be able to be restored to its natural state.
Hi, my name's Sherry Lorena. I'm the managing director of the spa. I have 20 years of experience as a surgical assistant and in medical skin care. I wanted to go over some of the things that we do here in the spa. We do a variety of different facial treatments here. We do signature facials where we customize the facial specifically for your skin type. We do customized facials such as the organic facial, which is good for anybody, whether they're pregnant, going under chemo, radiation, menopause. We also do different facials such as anti-aging facials that fit any skin type. We also do another service here called the Jet Clear. It's an all-natural skin procedure that does 5 things. It exfoliates, hydrates, oxygenates, deeply cleanses, and microcirculates the skin, which that dramatically improves the appearance of the skin in the very first treatment, with virtually no pain or discomfort. We also offer a variety of different chemical peels. We have several different levels available, whether you want to just refresh your skin for a special occasion, or whether we need to actually treat wrinkles, acne, scarring, pigmentation issues. We can design a peel for your specific needs no matter what your skin type. We also offer a variety of massage services, whether you just want to do a relaxing Swedish massage, deep tissue, pregnancy massage, hot stone. We also offer a phenomenal 80-minute ultimate massage. We also do a variety of body treatments to exfoliate, hydrate, and repair the full body. This will improve the appearance of the skin. In the spa, we also offer other services such as permanent makeup, tattoo removal, collagen induction, microneedling, waxing, and eyelash extensions. We also have other services available. You can feel free to schedule a free consultation and we'll go ahead and do a free skin analysis on you and determine what your needs might be. We also offer the ALCAT test. What it does is it tests hundreds of different food sensitivities. The video that we're going to play will show a little bit more detail about this.
You've heard it for years. You are what you eat. But can good food actually be bad for you, making you fat or even sick? A Florida-based company claims to have a blood test that will tell you what foods your body can't tolerate. Our Linda Hurtado has the story in today's Taking Action for Your Health report.
You would think being a professional football player that Tampa Bay Buccaneer defensive tackle Chris Hovan would know everything about diet and exercise.
It is definitely lunchtime, Mom.
And so would his family.
Can you spit your gum out, please?
But they recently learned that food sensitivity had a huge impact on their health.
Peaches.
And they made some changes.
Like any diet, it's hard to stay away. They took away all my favorite stuff, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, you can't put a price and you can't, on your health.
I can see that I've lost some of my body fat, and I think that can only be beneficial to me as the season comes.
Their diet changes came about after the Hovans took a test called ALCAT. It's a blood test that's supposed to list the foods your body has built up an intolerance to. The parents took the test in hopes of clearing up some of their children's health issues.
Some more peaches?
As well as some of their own.
My husband also has a lot of acid reflux and heartburn, and I was always tired, runny nose, sore throat, and so, this was like our last option. We had tried all the antibiotics.
Creators say the ALCAT checks for food intolerance at a cellular level. Technicians are looking for sensitivities, not allergic reactions. An allergic reaction typically happens immediately. A sensitivity usually builds up over time, triggering the body's immune system, causing inflammation.
The body can withstand so much toxicity. And then when you would exceed that level, then there's a breakdown. And breakdown in this case means the breakout of some symptoms, which could be migraine, arthritis, the inability to lose weight, and so forth.
Yeah, we stopped all the pasta sauces. They stopped getting diaper rashes.
The Hovans got the results and some nutritional counseling on the foods they needed to eliminate from their diets. Foods in the red area of this chart should be cut out completely. Foods from the yellow or orange area should be eaten in moderation, and foods from the green are a go. Chris had built up an intolerance to red meat.
We're just getting frustrated.
A staple of his diet for years. Both he and Jamie showed sensitivity to cow's milk. 4 weeks after cutting out most of the foods on that red list, Jamie says the family's health problems have cleared up, and they've also shed a few pounds.
To us, it was worth it. The way we feel, it's worth putting in the effort to change the eating habits.
I've seen patients who have used these different types of steroids, and they're manipulating their hormones, and they're going to physiologically mess themselves up.
Dr. Craig Conover is a doctor and avid runner and says he's found a way to help patients reach their fitness goals without taking controversial supplements like HGH.
And what we try to do is help people boost their own growth hormone levels so that they can feel better, because growth hormone is something that helps people grow stronger, work harder.
Rick Breslin is training for the PGA Tour but couldn't figure out why he was so tired.
I used to wake up and die off at about noon.
After seeing 5 doctors, his trainer recommended Dr. Conover's program. He went through metabolic and fitness testing and realized his food choices, while healthy, weren't right for him.
I figured out that milk, which I drink probably a half a gallon a day, I eat sandwiches every day for lunch, and milk and wheat were like extreme problems with me.
We generally think of these as delayed food allergies. You may not know, you're not going to have necessarily anaphylaxis or a rash or diarrhea, but you may have fatigue, headache, which impairs how you function.
And the testing doesn't take a lot of time. This machine here in under 2 minutes can tell you how much lean muscle mass you have, how much body fat you have, and how many calories you burn a day without exercising.
After eliminating foods that caused inflammation in his body, Rick says his energy level doubled.
We actually drilled down individually, for me, for once, exactly what the problem was, and when we did that, dropped 20 pounds.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Rodriguez. I was born in Washington, D.C. to two Cuban-American immigrants. My father is an architect and artist. My mother a social worker. I had always wanted to be a physician, and it was pretty evident to me as a kid that I was going to be a surgeon. Between my parents' interesting background, my love for both artistry and science, I thought cosmetic surgery was the right field for me. So as such, I pursued first my undergraduate training at Florida International University, where I got my BS, and then I completed medical school at the University of Miami, of which I was also the president of the student council. I did an additional year of training in general surgery at Jackson Memorial Hospital, followed by 4 years of otolaryngology and head and neck training at the University of Miami, which I am now board certified. To further develop my training, I felt like I was very familiar with the techniques that were being employed here on the East Coast, so I went across the state, or rather across the country, to California, Beverly Hills, and continued another year of training in facial plastic and reconstructive surgery at the University of California in Irvine. And then finally, now that I'm back here in my hometown in Miami, I did an additional year of training out of Nova Southeastern University in cosmetic surgery of the body. My focus is primarily on facial plastic surgery. Additionally, I also perform a number of mommy makeovers. That's a constellation of procedures in which we restore the mother's body after whatever distortions have occurred after pregnancy. As such, I've been in practice now for 3 years, served over thousands of patients with both any series of both minimally and full surgical interventions. Having performed more than 1,000 facelift procedures, I'm very familiar with the risk, benefits, and alternatives to those procedures. While it is a wonderful operation in the right hands with wonderful results, it's not a procedure for everybody. I think there is a misconception as to costs and results, and quite frankly, I think there's an apprehension about more aggressive surgical interventions. As such, I've spent a great deal of time and effort investing in and developing a technique that requires no incisions. An incision is, for me, a big wall, a big hurdle that patients have to overcome for them to proceed with the facelift procedure. However, I feel with what today's technology has offered us is skin firming and skin tightening procedures which do not require an incision, with minimal downtime and, quite frankly, minimal invasiveness. We're talking about results that you can achieve in days and not weeks or months. Face and neck firming procedures have come a long way in the last 10 years. What traditionally was a very expensive procedure requiring general anesthesia, more than 6 hours, with hospitalization, we can now perform under local anesthesia in a procedure room in less than an hour and a half. My patients go home the same day, and they're typically back at work or traveling 1 week later. The way I'm able to do this is by combining some of the newer technologies with some of the traditional techniques. So for instance, laser lipolysis has come a long way in terms of reducing bruising, reducing swelling, and hence a much quicker recovery, in addition to improving your long-term results by stimulating collagenesis in your skin. Additionally, laser technology improves your overall result in terms of improving the quality of your skin and overall collagen content. My most important goal is your safety. Secondarily, what we achieve over 95% of the time is that you should be able to sit in front of somebody for an entire dinner conversation and they not know that you had a surgery done, but you look years younger. There is no mommy makeover that is the same for two different individuals. The goal, in short, is to narrow the waistline as much as possible and sometimes augment just a little bit below in the gluteal area and do with a combined breast enhancement. In short, their results are often superior to their pre-pregnancy figure. At our center, we have a passion and strong belief in laser technology. Recently, the fractional CO2, which in my opinion was one of the greatest advances in laser skin resurfacing in the last 10 years, has made a significant improvement in overall skin quality. Being a South Floridian, very familiar with what sun damage does over years. The end result is pigmentations, thinning of the skin, wrinkle formation, enlarged pores. Fractional CO2 laser resurfacing basically improves overall skin quality just like traditional laser resurfacing did, however, minimizes the downtime as well as complications. So for instance, traditional CO2 laser resurfacing, although very effective, required general anesthesia. Today, our fractional CO2 laser resurfacing is much less painful and can be performed on topical anesthetic creams alone. Additionally, fractional CO2 laser resurfacing has a downtime of 3 to 5 days compared to traditional lasers, which is often weeks to months. Finally, discomfort is not an issue with the fractional CO2, sometimes feels no worse than a sunburn, whereas traditional laser resurfacing required, again, general anesthetics and pain control afterwards. As we age, our skin undergoes a process called elastosis. Elastosis is a result of collagen breakdown, and this is accelerated by sun exposure, tobacco smoke, stress, and sugar. Initially, when we're young, we have very thick, robust skin. The subcutaneous is full of collagen. And as we age and we lose our collagen in the supporting structures of the skin, we get deeper wrinkle formation. Traditional laser resurfacing only addressed the most superficial layers of the skin. This was 100% ablative, which means that it removed 100% layer of the skin. It's very much like a burn victim. You can't go too deep because otherwise you would end up in irreversible scar formation. Fractional technology basically goes much deeper than traditional lasers. This is because by burning columns alone as opposed to 100% of the most superficial layer, you can actually go much deeper and through all the layers of the skin, which is where wrinkles propagate. Additional, because of the healthy islands of tissue, recovery time is in days, not weeks, and discomfort is minimal. Eyelid procedures, also known as blepharoplasty, is one of the more commonly performed procedures in the United States. These procedures can also be performed under local anesthesia with minimal downtime. The premise of aging eyelids is that we have to address all the areas that are aging. So specifically, skin, muscle, and fat all sort of get distorted as we get older. As such, we address your skin, muscle, and fat. Recovery is within days, and you'll be looking better before you know it. Tummy tuck, also known as abdominoplasty, is also one of the more commonly performed procedures in women after their childbearing years. Essentially, after the expansion of the uterus and the abdominal wall, muscles splay open and skin stretches, such that you can even have stretch marks and what we refer to as an unhappy belly button. What tummy tucks do is they remove the skin from the belly button or the umbilicus all the way to the hair-bearing area of the pubis. This triangle is completely removed of both skin and fat. At the same time, because your muscles, your abdominal muscles, are splayed apart from an enlarging uterus in 9 months, we basically also suture the muscles midline to get a tighter lower abdominal wall and a smaller waistline. Finally, for optimal results, we combine liposuction. Liposuction is performed on the upper abdomen and the flanks laterally to improve your overall tummy tuck result. Breast lift with implants is a commonly performed procedure also after the childbearing years. With lactation, the breasts swell and the skin ligaments and breast ligaments stretch so that when the lactation resolves, we have a more tonic breast. Essentially what happens is the breast tissue falls off the chest wall. What a breast lift with implants is actually a combination of 3 procedures. The lift specifically refers only to the position of the nipple, so that it is no longer hanging down or looking sad, but rather looking straight out. Number 2 is the reduction. A breast lift is a reduction procedure, and that is all the tonic or hanging fat cannot be lifted and is simply removed. And then finally, to improve your overall breast contour, We add an implant. We perform this at the same time. We do it under your muscles so as to improve the cleavage and the upper pull. Brazilian butt lift is one of the more popular procedures, especially here in South Florida. Brazilian butt lift to me refers to a full body liposuction to harvest the fat, and then we take that fat, we purify it by removing blood, oil, and debris, and then we inject that fat sterilely back into the gluteal region. This can be performed under local anesthesia as well and no longer requires patients be subjected to general anesthesia. Also, results are immediate in terms of when you will appreciate the reduction in liposuction as well as the augmentation from your Brazilian butt lift. A procedure that's gaining popularity on men is breast reduction, or rather gynecomastia surgery. Breast on men is common, especially after lots of weightlifting or steroid abuse or even any hormonal imbalance. Composition of the breast tissue is usually a combination of both fat and breast tissue. The fat can be removed with liposuction. The breast tissue is directly excised. I perform it in a way so that there are no step-offs and that it is an even result, and you cannot determine where the excision stops and where the regular subcutaneous fat continues. As we age, facial aging is a three-dimensional process. Most of our lifting procedures address sagging tissues. That is, as a consequence of the elastosis or loss of collagen, things fall. But there is very much a deflation. In other words, if you look at your photos 10-15 years ago, you had more cheek fat. As a consequence of losing fat in the mid-face area, we get more tired, sometimes look angry. Fat transfer, for me, is one of the best volume enhancements for the mid-face. Specifically, fat is, again, liposuction or harvested out of your body, purified, and then injected into the areas that are deficient. There is a billion-dollar industry of Juvederm, Radius, and Restylane and these synthetic fillers. However, for me, I can perform a much thorough, full facial rejuvenation with one's own fat. Chin augmentation or mentoplasty has gotten very popular in the last few years. Specifically, on profile, some patients do not have that jawline that they wish they had. If you look in someone's mouth and you see a significant overbite, this can be representative by a weak chin or weak jawline. A weak chin, a weak jaw subsequently results in a less than favorable neck. A chin augmentation can be performed under local anesthesia. The incision can be kept in the mouth and is performed in less than 30 minutes. It's an outpatient procedure and recovery is generally within a few days. Rhinoplasty or nasal reshaping is one of the most unique procedures that we perform. There are no two rhinoplasties are the same, and hence your rhinoplasty should be tailored for your nose, what your needs are, and what your expectations or what you want to be. I take into consideration not only the aesthetic component of the nose, but the functional component of the nose. So not only will your nose look better, but you will more likely breathe better also. During our complimentary consultation, I will help determine what services we can provide you with to help get a better you. We also have affordable finance plans, and our service will speak for itself.
Once again, I'd like to thank you for coming to our facility. As owner-operator, I hold an open door policy, as my first priority is to the satisfaction of each individual that comes into our facility. So I'd like to thank you again for being with us and starting your journey to wellness.